friends. It's Dita from What the Duck Savings. Happy New Year! We are back with another video finally after a itty bitty hiatus. And I just wanted to welcome back to my video. If you're new here, my name is Dita and this is What the Duck Savings, where we are saving for short and long term different things. And I'm just a wee baby duckling in the budgeting community, but oh so grateful that you are here. So I have taken a little bit of a hiatus after the new year, spent some family time during Christmas, and then for New Year's we jumped right into a convention, which took all of our time and energy, especially as everybody got sick after the convention. So I forgot about the post-convention crud that goes around. You're in a confined space, you don't know who's there, or if they're sick or coming sick or whatever. We do mask up for every convention, but inevitably dealing with so many people, we did all get sick, but we're all better now and ready to jump into a new year of saving. The convention was a blast. Creative Clone was vending at this convention. She made a lot of bank, so I'm very happy for her, which is also great because she got engaged over Christmas. Her fiance proposed to her on Christmas Day, and that was a beautiful thing. So we're all excited about that. But honestly, what we are here to do is to save. So I'm ready to get back into it. I am still kind of recovering financially from all my holiday adventures. So I decided to take it easy and be kind to myself and just do the bare minimums till the 1st of February, when we're going to start doing a little bit more saving. So, but I did want to get back into my bare basics, which are what you see here, and that is my 1 month ahead binder, my Norellis Budgets Dreams Do Come True community savings, and then my overall monthly savings. So we're going to go ahead and do that today, and we will go ahead and get started with the Dreams Do Come True, because that is more of this is really more of a doing something nice for myself kind of savings, which, we love to do that. I'm a low budget, I'm a low income budgeter, which means I'm, to full transparency, I make minimum wage. I do have a job that's very, very interesting, but doesn't pay real well, and that's fine. But I have to make sure and not only pay for the things that I need to have, but things that I want to have. And that's where this community savings challenge from Norellis Budgets comes in. She did this last year. I jumped in, I believe, in August. I'm super glad she's doing it again this year. This year I gave her sparkles because that is very much Norellis to me. So this is her new community savings challenge book for 2026. You can find this over at her coffee. Just go over to Norellis Budgets and make sure you're subbed, and then you can hit her coffee from there. She's got this entire savings challenge book for free on her coffee. All you have to do is print it and do whatever you want to do with it. I laminated the cover and then printed out the envelope trackers. And then also, this was a tracker that Christine's Creations went ahead and created for us, which I'm so very thankful for, because I did have a problem last year where I would get really busy and then forget to write down the numbers, and then I'd get behind, and it was crazy. But this is really going to be helpful. All I did was laminate that tracker to the front of the cover, so now I can make sure that I've got all the weeks. I also have a little one of this in my weekly planner, so I can make sure that that's filled in. So I did go ahead, and even though this is the 11th, I did go ahead and fill in for the 1st and the 6th. I did change up my categories for 2026. So my number 1 is for investing. Number 2 is for household. Number 3 is for hobbies. I do have a lot of them. Number 4 is for my birthday. And then number 5 is for it says 100, but it's for the 100 envelope challenge, which I'm going to start later this year. So I figured that would just be a little way to just drop a few drops into the bucket. And then this is for coffee, however you pronounce it. it's a coffee shop to me. So it's coffee, and this is so I can give back to the community. So I'm kind of excited about that. I got this idea from another one of our budgeters, and I'm so sorry. You know who you are. You know who you are. I asked you if I could do this, and you said, sure, the more the merrier. But I will find out who this is. I am so sorry. But I love the idea of giving back to the community. This, who knows? It's the roll of the dice that's going to determine how much I will be able to contribute to random people in my coffee. So I'm very excited about that one. So, like I said, I did go ahead and roll and save for the 1st and the 6th. I have not dropped money for the 8th, so we're going to be doing that today. So let me just go ahead and get our money out. If you haven't heard of this, Norella's Budgets, like I said, she's got this entire challenge, savings challenge on her coffee. She will roll twice a week, and on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and we save $5 with each day. So she will roll 5 numbers, and then we drop $1 into whatever number she rolls. So for the 8th, which was last Thursday, she rolled a 1, a 4, a 5, and 2 6s. So we will go ahead and drop the money in there for that. So number 1 got $1. Looks like number 4, 5, and 2 6s. So 4, number 5, and 2 for number 6. Okay, so category number 1 for me is investments. So what I'm going to do with this money is after the end of the year, I will be taking everything that's accumulated and I will be buying more shares in whatever stock I choose. I believe this year I am going to be buying Hycroft, which is a gold mining company here in the U.S. So that's going to get $1. 1. And that puts us at 3. So there's that in there in my new dollar. And then we're going to go over to number 4, which is my birthday. Yay, because it hasn't gotten anything so far. Why do I have $1 in there? That's a good question. So this is for my B-Day. And this was for 1, 8, and that is $1. Now for me, I do celebrate my birthday. My birthday is until October, so that's going to give me plenty of time to just drop money in here. And I do like to treat myself well on my birthday, so that'll just allow me to treat myself just a little bit better. So the next category was number 5, and I don't think that's received anything yet. Oh, yes. So that's awesome. Did I put stuff? No. Okay. Okay, so this one is for 100 envelope. This was for 1, 8, and that's $1. And you know what Nori is fond of saying, and is oh so true, every dollar matters. So we will just see what this amounts to at the end of the year and which envelope I can fill up in my 100 envelope challenge. Okay, and then we've got $2 for coffee. That's number 6. And like I said, I will just be using this to bless a few people that are that I follow and that have blessed me with challenges through over the last few months of last year and of course this year, because our coffee members are so very, very generous and creative. Oh my goodness. So $2 more in there. That puts us, oh, I didn't even do the math right. Hello. Okay. So we are at $5 there. Okay. So that is Dreams Do Come True. It looks like right now, number 5 is a front runner. So I'm going to give him my little duck, just to let them know they're kind of king of the Dreams Do Come True right now. It's upside down. Yeah, well, it's fine. No, it's not. Well, we're not going to worry about it, right? Okay, so that is Dreams Do Come True for the week. Yes, we will start again on Tuesday and save for that. So next we're going to be in my Godzilla binder, which is 1 month ahead, and I would say I would call one of my most important tools in my savings toolbox. This is the one that I will always come to try and keep pushing forward. You know, even if I have other long-term savings, other short-term mini challenges, tinies, all that fun stuff, it is all fun. But I consider this necessary. If you've ever lost your job or had some challenges in your life, you know that sometimes you've got to have that little bitty pile of money to fall back on, and that's what I'm hoping to build with this. So this is my Godzilla binder, and I am saving for 1 month ahead of my expenses. I have 5 different sections in here. I redid it for the new year, and I am now using inserts from Kimmy's Budget. You guys know her as, Kimmy's Corner. This is from Kimmy over at Kimmy's Corner. And I do love these. They're bright, they're bold, and I'll just keep coming back to them. So I am using the rollover method, which means I am saving $5 for the first category, $2 for every category thereafter. And once the first category has been fully funded, I move that to the back, and that amount moves to the next category. So, for example, I have already fully funded my cell phone bill. I did that last year, which means the $5 that this one started out with is now being tucked into this one, which is my annual subscription fees. For me, it's actually monthly, but that's okay. So we've got one fully funded so far, which means this is getting the $5 plus $2 of this category, and then every other expense will get $2. So let's go ahead. I know that was kind of a long-winded, probably disjointed explanation, but hopefully someday we'll have these little fully funded Duckzillas in all of these categories, and then we can just keep on going. So I'll put this in here. This first category is going to get the 5 for the first category, and then it's 2. So another $7 in. Another $7 in subscriptions. This puts us at $80 for this one. And each of these is $3. 3 times 6. Oh my gosh, I have to do math, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 12, 18, 24, 25 times 3. I know this is 75. All right, cool. That puts this one over. So we can do another. Little pen. So all the ones that are on here in black are the ones that I actually had filled up for last year. So just to keep it straight. And there is the money. And then the tracker. So full disclosure also, I am a digital budgeter. I do not own a car, so I don't drive around to the bank very often. which means I transfer digitally. I don't know why I had to think about that so hard. Okay, so gas expense, this is actually travel expense, and this is for my bi-weekly trips back to the west side, so I can go visit my home and my cats and all that fun stuff. So this one is getting $2, and they will all be getting $2 thereafter. What I'm going to do is just do the first one plus 2, and that makes them all 28. Oops, 28. These are all 7, 21. Which actually means I can do another one. Look at us making progress. Okay. So you'll see a lot of prop money. I go through at the end of the month and empty out my envelopes and transfer it to the right buckets. So I have a high yield savings account which has many buckets, and I just change it. Okay, so instead of doing this for every single one and having you guys watch me write $2, I'm just gonna fill the rest of them. This is for my rent payment on the east side, close to where I work. That gets $2. This is for my home on the west side. It gets $2. And then this is for my grocery expense. I love these trackers, but they did not have a food expense one, so I had to just kind of go analog with that one. This one's getting $2. And I'm going to put the money in front so I remember to fill out the tracker. That's what I should have done, because I am notorious for forgetting to do all this stuff, and then I'm doomed. Okay. So we did that one, did that one, did that one, did that one, and that's it, guys. Why do I have $2? 2, 2, 2. That's why. I didn't actually put the money in here. This is why. Okay. All right, that is done. So we've got a nice January 1st start into Godzilla, and we'll just keep going on this because this is, again, like I said, something I like to do each and every week. It helps me to keep pushing the needle forward just a bit, and every bit counts. Okay, so this is, like I said, my 2026 binder. I'm using Dawn Sunrise Budgeting cover sheet because it's bright and gorgeous and I love it. So thank you, Miss Dawn. And then we go straight into my monthly tracker. This comes from my friend Greta over at Agape Book Club and Paper. I used this last year when I couldn't remember to do it. I had way more success in December, which really just makes me want to do it even more. So aside from the days we were at convention and then sick, this is what I'm looking at for January. You'll notice that my no spend calendar is missing for this month. I've decided to go ahead and just use the small one that Greta includes on this to track my no spend. So the way that I do no spend is I do pay myself $1 for every day just to boost my monies. However, if I actually have a no spend day, I will pay myself $2, and that extra dollar goes to my gaming fund where I can spend it on pixels, as my friend likes to say. I pay for pixels, which is fine. If I can dress up my Fallout camp or buy a cool skin for my cat, it's all good. So this is my January calendar, and I've got dates circled for when I have to remember to get Nori's numbers. Not that I don't watch Nori as much as I possibly can, but I definitely have to get those numbers. So we are at the 11th, and I did have 2 no spend days, which is yay. I have 2 trackers here because I do this digitally. I will tally this up at the end of the month. I will pay myself for my no spends, which are these right here, and I'll just put a little heart on them. If my pen would write. which it absolutely will not. So we're going to go back to this one. So this was a no spend, and this was a no spend. Okay. So for no spend, I need to transfer over. Just going to go, this is through the 11th. And I'll mark off the days I'll mark off the days here once I do the transfer. So we are at, no, you know what? I don't want to use green. I'll do that next time. No, I won't have green here. Okay, so we are through the 11th. Yay! So for the habit tracker side, I am going to be tracking my streams. I do set up AM, PM, and long play streams to support the community. I'm going for 5,000 steps a day, which I know does not seem like much, but I am a video game tester, which means I'm sitting in front of my game stations for 8 hours a day. And unless I make a concerted effort to get up and get some steps in, I can barely reach 5,000 steps. The weather's nice right now, which means we can go out and walk on our breaks. So we're going to try and keep that going. I want to read 30 minutes a day. I'm trying to get as many books read as I can again this year. So I need to make sure I make time to read. My skincare is an easy win because I do that right before I go to bed. So I want to keep doing that, and definitely during the summer, or the winter, actually the winter and the summer, because the winter seems to dry out my skin just as much as the summer does here. And then logging my money and journaling every night. I have a new journal that I've started for 2026 that I want to make sure that I spend just a little bit of time in the evening, go over what I spent, and also get my journaling done. So I am going to pay myself $1 a day for every time I have a successful full day of habit tracking habits, performed habits. And then if I don't, that's fine. I'll still pay myself a quarter per to get that $1. And I'm going to give myself a free space because, you know, that's hard. Sometimes we get busy and I still want to do them all, but I'm going to give myself a little grace as well. So this one is for the habits, and I will fill this in every week and digitally transfer the money over because I'm using this for self-care. So I'm not including today, which means I've had not very many successful days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which makes about $1.50. But you know, every dollar counts, so I'm gonna take it. So this is through 1/11, actually the 10th, because I did not include today, because today is not over. And we'll just 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe I'll use this to notate how many I did. So these I will keep in the back here. You guys can't see that. I will keep them here. That way I have access to them. And I know, I am sorry if this seems all kind of like I'm all over the place, but it's my first time back, yo. Kidding. Just trying to get myself set up for success. Next is going to be my save $25 a month. This is my 2026 save $5 a month, and this is from Save with Judy. This will save us $300 at the end of the year. Last year I started at mid-year, and I really had to push to get everything backfilled. I'm so happy to be starting it on time this year. Very, very excited about that. So let's go ahead and fill in 2 of these to get us started. I'm just realizing holding the Sharpie, I did not fill in my habit tracker with color, but I will do that for next week, I promise. Okay, so we have got our 2 icons filled in. Please remember, I am a member of the Happy Scribblers Club, which means I try to stay in the lines, but it's no promises, guys. So there is my $10, and that is started. Very exciting. Next is the Save $100 challenge from Neuralis Budgets. We just finished this, and we're starting it over again. So I will also be using this money to, what was I going to use it for? I don't know yet. To be determined. I just want to make sure that I fill it in. So right now we are on the 11th. It is $1 a day. It is not a cumulative, like you have to just keep adding more days, like $10 on this day. No, it's $1 for each day. So let's see. What do I want to use for this week? Let's see if there's any ink in this. Barely. Okay. So we're coloring to the 11th. And that is a really, really good start. Over the next few weeks, while I am covering financially, I'm also going to be setting up the rest of my challenges for the year. So I've been just soaking up all your videos and getting ideas, trying not to spread myself too thin, because that is one thing I am horribly guilty of. But I kind of have an idea of what I'm going to do, so I'm hoping that next week I can talk a little bit more about that. But like I said, for January, we're keeping it nice and simple, and we are saving low budget, low budget happy. So there is that one. And then the last thing I have to take a look at is my subscription. I don't take a look at this very often, but on 12/19 we had 156 subbies, and I checked it earlier this morning, and we are at 160, you guys. And I am ever so grateful. I know that it doesn't seem like a lot to you guys, but honestly, I have just started, and you know, I took a big hiatus. I was sick a little bit last year, so I wasn't able to really produce much, but that number means a lot to me, and I just appreciate you guys so much. You have no idea. So thank you so much. I'm going to add my $1, because it is $1 for every 10 subscribers. We are at $16, and yay! So thank you guys so much for that. I appreciate you. One other thing that I did want to actually, I don't know why I didn't do this earlier. One other thing that I did want to do, besides color in, let's just go ahead and do that. We have to take our wins where we can. These are my January ones thus far. And as I get more and more into the swing of it, I expect this to be a big, beautiful wheel. I'd like to see more color than is in the brown, so that will make me very happy. Okay. The other thing that I wanted to mention is this particular habit tracker that Greta puts out is multifunction. Like, she's got 4 pages to this thing. She's got an area for weight tracking. I'm not going to fill that in yet. And then an area for January goals. My goals this year, or this month, I should say, I want to post 4 to 8 videos. I mean, honestly, I'm already behind, but it's fine as long as I do what I have in my head. We should be fine. I am starting a clone savings camp with with Creative Clone getting engaged, and then Baby Clone started the new year. They both have expressed an interest in continuing to save, so we are going to be setting some things up for them, as well as starting to play Savopoly with them. So that's what I mean by Clone Savings Camp. If I can get them set up to start by February, I will consider this a win. I want to get my weekly menu set. We are doing things a little bit differently, so it's taking a little bit of time to set up. So that's what I plan to do there. I'm planning for 500 hours of community streaming to support my community. And the way that I am doing that is with my community playlists. I have a watch hours wall that I'm using for my long plays. These are pillars in the community that have been super supportive of me, and I'm just going to set the stream and let it just ride. I'm going to take their longest playlist and I'm just going to play the whole darn thing. And this is going to be a brick for every hour that I stream for them. So that is for that. And then I have a daily playlist. I've got several different types here, but they all basically have 2 columns. I'm going to have an AM list and a PM list. This AM list will be people that I see on other people's playlists that I'm just going to grab, and people who comment that they would like ours, I'm going to add them to my list. My PM list is going to be for people that have watched my videos and are, interacting and things like that, just supporting me basically. I want to make sure and give them some love as well. So I'll have an AM list and a PM list. And if you would like to be added to my list, please, please, please leave your channel name in, just say me, and leave a comment in the comment section, and I will be happy to add you. This is really my biggest focus this year because I am passionate about wanting to give back. I'm a baby YouTube channel, but this is my favorite way to give back to everyone that supports everybody else in this community. So my goal is 500 hours of community streaming. So usually this is going to be the big one, but this is usually 8 hours during the workday and then an overnight chunk here. So I'm pretty sure I can hit it. So I'm kind of excited to push myself and get that done. And then I want to actually create 1 to 2 challenges this month. I didn't do any of that except for when I hit my 100 subbies. I do have some that I'm designing right now just for the fun of it. I'm still struggling with getting the right sizes in my Canva template. So that's kind of my biggest struggle right now. But I'm hoping to get that nailed down and get at least 1 to 2 challenges for you guys by the end of the month. And then lastly, I wanted to read 3 books, get 3 books read in January. I am starting strong. The only good thing about being sick is that all I could do was read. I've got 2 books finished and I've just started my 3rd. Right now I'm reading Hail Mary. Who is that by? Oh my gosh, I can't even remember right now, guys, but I'm 99% sure I'm going to get my 3 books read because it's not a big book. It's maybe 350 to 400 pages. And if it takes me 3 weeks to do that, I need to rethink my hobbies. Anyway, so those are my goals for the month of January. There are 2 other pages that she includes. This is a menu, which is going to factor greatly into me getting one of my goals completed. And then she also has a to-do list, which I'm using for my menu. So, but you can use this however you want to use it. But very, very sweet of her to make these available for us, and I'm very, very grateful. So thank you, Greta. Head on over to Agape. Subscribe to her if you're not subscribed, and then head over to her Ko-fi from there, where she has these and a lot of other great printables. This watch hour wall is from Amy by Nature, which is why I've got it first on the list. It's my little way of saying thank you. This one is from Angela Marie 888. I have this one, which is by CBA Mom Saves, and then this one also is by CBA Mom Saves. I'm just going to use as many as I find. If you have another list that you're using, please feel free to let me know, and I will go copy the names off of it because I am shameless that way. So that is all I have in there. Again, I hope I mentioned everybody. Save with Judy. Go visit her. Her YouTube channel is amazing. I've gotten so many ideas from her. And then, of course, the incomparable Norellis Budgets. Nori over at Norellis Budgets, who blesses us on the daily, guys. And then this amazing YouTube tracker is by Eva over at Budget Your Life, who's actually also responsible for these amazing blinged out dice. So visit all these creators, and of course, Miss Dawn's over at Dawn Sunrise Budgeting. Visit all these creators, make sure you're sub to them, and then go get their goodies. So that is all I have for today. I'm going to have to chop this down. Oh, that's not all I have for today. Just kidding. I had a Happy Mail over Christmas, and it's so funny that like when I got it, I knew it was running a little late. But look at what the post office did to it, guys. They're ruthless at Christmas. Luckily, it had zero impact on the envelope itself. So I just wanted to put that out there that there's still hope, guys. So this was Happy Mail that I received from Boss Babe Budgets. I am part of her Ko-fi membership. Coffee membership. It's going to take me a while to get that right. But I have all these goodies, including stickers. Yay! I love stickers so much. I have a dashboard for her because one of the things I do want to do is do like a Happy Mail day where I'm doing some of the challenges that I get. But I'm very, very happy to get these because there are a lot of New Year's ones, and I do need these badly. I'm going to put these into my Tiny Tuesday. This will also factor into another idea. It's not an original idea. This is something that you guys are all doing already that I also want to do. This is going to go into my Scratcher Day, Saturday Scratchers. And then look at all these guys. Roll and save, roll the dice, some cash breakdowns, and a cash tracker. And I actually use these because I keep my bank internally for the money that I use weekly, and then do my digital transfers from there. So I'm very grateful for these. So thank you so much for these amazing goodies. I love them all so much. And one of the things that I did do with my budget this year was I went ahead and took care of some of my subscriptions so I could do a little bit more at the coffee shop. I really love Happy Mail, and I love it more than I love some of the subscriptions I have. So I'm going to get rid of a few channels and sub to a few more coffees, and I'm very excited about that. But this is from Deborah over at Boss Babe Budget. So if you're interested, go check her channel out, subscribe, and then head over to her coffee from there. And that is all I have today, guys. Thank you so much for your patience and all the silliness that I'm trying to get back on track. I really, really am. Thank you so much, creators, for putting out so many wonderful things. I'm excited for the new year. I know everybody else is excited. I just need to get back into the swing of it. So I will see you guys very soon for Tiny Tuesdays. And as always, this is for you. You're all amazing. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.